What's
What's
up,
up?
guys? Welcome to Shay's World. I am your girl, Shay, and we are back quicker than we thought with House of Villains Season 2. So, you know, I had to bring my lovely co host.
Your boy Malik, right here.
He's here.
I'm
So,
here.
let's just jump right into it. We're not going to spend a whole bunch of time getting into everything. Of course, same as last season, all of the villains come in one by one. I think Safari was first. Richard Hatch comes
Oh, he
in.
was definitely not first.
He
Teresa
was
was
not
first.
first. Teresa was first. Richard Hatch was second. I loved how
And
he
then
got out of the car
Safari.
naked. I loved how he got out of the
Hold on,
car
hold
naked.
on. You can't be naked for this. You gotta wear clothes. You gotta wear clothes.
You gotta wear clothes.
Uh-huh.
So no, I think Safari came after or something, maybe. I don't
Yeah,
know.
he was
Whoever.
like third or fourth.
However, it wasn't a lot of people necessarily knowing each other, but people knowing each other, if that makes sense. At least that's how I looked at it. Um, so everybody's in the house, and of course, the last person to come in is New York. The queen is back,
Ding
as
dog, the
you
witch is
guys
back.
see.
Right.
Just real quick, any thoughts, comments, concerns, or whatever about the intro, them all coming in the house? Any
It
notes?
was rather, rather mild. Nothing necessarily. A lot of people who did know each other, like you said, like Wes and Tiffany, they know each other. But Wes was like, oh, "Hold on, I don't. It's nice to meet you. It's nice to meet you." He's playing that like Big Brother strategy. And people
Yes,
are
I
like,
love it. I
I
love
don't
that
know
she
you.
got back.
Yeah.
I love that they act. He acted like he didn't know her,
Or
and
the
she
challenge,
went
not the
right
Big
along
Brother.
with
Sorry.
it. And now Safari and her, they, of course, they revealed that they knew each other. And here go Teresa, my girl, jumped straight to it. So y'all kissed before? Like, yeah, love Teresa. Stir the pot, boo.
Stir the pot.
Or maybe not. We'll get there. Let's see. So, boom, right out the gate. I think we are 4 minutes in, 5 minutes into the episode. And New York goes upstairs and she's looking around the room and she's like, I know this. She puts her bag on Teresa's bed. She goes to
Right next
Teresa
to Teresa's
first.
purse.
And I love how she tried to feel Teresa's tempo before she just went there. And Teresa was like, oh, you in a room with
Yeah.
me? Like, okay, but Camilla's rooming with me, but okay. Like, because I know
Which,
you
mind
ain't
you,
come
that's
over here
not what
thinking
Tiffany was saying.
it's definitely not
Yeah,
what
exactly. That's exactly what she was thinking.
Teresa was like, I
Exactly
don't
what
give
she
a
said.
damn what you thinking. I'm not moving.
Teresa said, "Oh, I know exactly what you're trying to say. You want to be my roommates?" And New York's like, "Yes, that's exactly what I'm trying to say."
Mhm. Mhm. Now,
And then
I'm
she
not gonna
said, "Dude," and
lie,
she said, "Sorry, Camilla. Like, girl, how you gonna do sister like that?" But she
just
was
straight
cool.
biscuits to her. She was cool
She was
about it.
cool.
She was cool about it. I'm glad that she was like, it's not worth,
Yeah.
putting up a fight, putting a target on my back about a room. Like, it's a room. So ultimately, Tiffany does get the room. Let's see. We go outside. We get our first little shot of the all of the villains outside the house. Last season they had to do like 75 takes to get this dang on shot right. This season don't look like they had to do too much of that. We do have our villains. Uh,
We has our villains.
we have
It
our
took him
villains.
75 takes to get that.
It took no last season. Last season.
Why?
I don't know, but I think Omarosa ended up walking off because she said it was cold. Like it took them forever to get the to do the shot. So anywho, we have our villains. These are our villains outside of the house. Mr. Pextacular and his pecs are definitely there. It was
Who
him
did
having
the
push-ups
push?
before he went in the house for me.
What's going on here? What's happening? Get lit. Hey, he was happy to be there. I
It
love
was
that.
I was so glad that I ended up watching his interview with Rob Has a Podcast before seeing the show so that I can actually see his personality and know it's like it's real, but it's not, it's the character.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't get annoyed. Like I
Oh,
lived
like the
for
muscle
it.
head. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So it was like I wasn't annoyed by seeing him do that. It was funny to me. It was like, okay, okay, okay. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
So not too much on
Didn't you
him.
do the watch party?
Yeah. Yeah, they ended up not being able to stream it, so it was more like a tweet live alone tweet type of thing
Mm.
it ended up being. But yeah. So yeah, but yeah, I did. But I fell asleep on the first episode.
Of course,
But I'll
naturally.
be in bed by 9:30. I'm sorry. Like
I need to
hey.
get like you.
Well, my mornings I get up at 6.
Oh, never
I have
mind.
to
No,
be
I
at
don't.
work at 7:45.
Nah, I'm okay.
Yeah, so I'd be tired. Anywho, back to House of Villains. Let's see. Pretty much they're around the house. Let's just jump into the challenge. Their first challenge was I thought was very fitting. It was called Crimes Against Reality.
Nah.
And they're all in these prison jumpsuits and they're having to break out. Everybody is in a particular cell and you have to do something different to um, you know, get out, and then as you go, you get more people to help. But on each side, there was a FU lever, meaning, and if you pull it, you give your team a 60-second penalty and you're safe. However, you're safe. So the team that West was on, I don't remember exactly who was on each team. I do know that I know
So
Spectacular.
Safari,
Who you got him?
yeah, it was Peck, New York, Victoria,
Wasn't Hatch on that
Richard.
team?
Yeah, Rich was on that team, and a fifth person that I
Okay.
can't remember.
And then on the other
Maybe
team, it
Teresa,
was
but I don't remember.
West, Safari, Candy,
Larissa
Larissa.
and number five.
Was Camilla
Somebody
on
was
that
on the list.
team, or
Oh,
was
maybe
Camilla on
Camilla.
the team?
Yeah,
Camilla was on that team.
I think so. I
Okay,
can't
so
remember.
cool.
Yeah. Nah,
Okay,
I
well,
don't remember.
anywho, so yeah, I think Larissa and Victoria were on the same team. I think they were. So, anywho, West and his team,
Which
their strategy. Hmm.
I thought it was funny that Teresa was like, oh my god, I don't want anything to do with this. I don't like prison. I don't want anything to be associated with prison. But mind you, like the main thing I know about Teresa is that she's a felon. After watching the episode, because she's brought it up so much.
Yeah,
So she don't want to be associated with it, but that's the only thing I know about you now.
that's why I love the first challenge. I don't know if production was like, we don't know how long Teresa's gonna be in this house. We're putting this goddamn game first. We're doing this first. I
It
don't
was
know.
a
I'm
good
just
challenge. I enjoyed it.
I did. It was really good. Anywho, so Wes's team wins. They don't, and none of their members pull the lever. However, on the opposite team, they had all agreed not to pull the lever as well. Tiffany gets to the second box, or was either the second or the third box, and I don't know how
It was
they didn't
early.
know that she was gearing up to pull the lever because she was just like frantic and just like, should I do it? Should I not? If I'd have looked up and seen her doing that, I'd have ran my ass over there and pulled that lever. I'd have stopped everything and just ran and pulled it. I mean, if she was gonna pull it anyway, if somebody was gonna pull it and we was gonna have a 60-second penalty, I'm gonna be safe. If I'd have seen that, I'd have ran in front of her and pulled the lever. And that's exactly what I
Oh,
would
so
have
you
told
would have just
everybody
taken the
else.
fall,
I'd have just took it from her.
and everybody would have been mad at you.
I don't care. They'd have still been mad at her because
Yeah,
guess what?
but
She
it's
would
not
have
like
got to
they.
do it too. She was about to do it. So
Nah, I don't
I
think so.
mean,
But you're
in
the
a
one that actually did it.
thing of, but she was about to. She was about to.
But you did it.
Right. So as a
And
good
so they would be mad
game
at you.
move to
No,
keep myself
for
safe,
yourself.
because she was
Yeah.
being selfish, I decided to out selfish her. So I outgamed her on her own play. They might love
I
me.
think when you add a fire to another fire, it only creates a bigger flame. It doesn't really put it out.
Well, I would have been safe.
This
I
is
would have
true.
been safe. I would have
She
been
would have been
safe.
a flame for another week.
Mhm. And if they had another FU trigger as the next challenge, I'll be trying to pull it too. Because they already on my butt. Hello.
Ironically, I feel like nobody's really thinking about New York right now, but maybe that's just because they can't get to her.
Hmm. I think so. I think so. Um, I'm curious to know, had she not pulled that lever. Well, Safari would have never put her up, so I'm not. I'm. That just answered my question. So yeah.
I think
Anyway,
she would have been straight this week. I didn't think she needed to touch that
I
lever.
don't think she needed to touch it either. Um, because even if her team would have won, she still would have been safe, right? No, no.
No, they were. Well, it doesn't matter. It's
Mm.
literally because
But
Safari
okay,
chose
if
somebody from his own
somebody from
team.
her team would have won, she wouldn't have had guaranteed safety. Her two safety nets were West and Safari, and they were on the opposite team. So I guess I can see why she would feel like she needed to do it. And then it's her second time around. They might have felt like, let's get her out early. So I can understand her doing it. I'm not mad at that. Like the more we talk it out, yeah, I ain't mad at that.
No, I
Anywho,
get it. It's just like, girl, this was the obvious temptation that you were not supposed to go for. It was like clear that you were not supposed to do it, but she did it. Hey, I hope she lives.
she's the HBIC.
She is. You know what? Who am I? Let me forget.
So
Let me remember.
like I said, Safari and them team won. They choose Safari as what is it, the super villain, and he chooses West and Mr.
Very
Spectacular.
selfless of the group of villains, by the way,
Nobody won.
to just
Well,
give that to him.
West and Candy kind of had the same strategy. Like even though Candy said
Uh,
I helped them get all the way through there, like
Safari
somebody
started
else.
us off.
Mm-hmm. So they both were on the same page, and I'm with them. Like, you get the first blood on your hands, and let's see how you fare through the next week. So,
Maybe that's a problem. I'll get my hands dirty. I'll be like, I'll take the power gladly.
well, he gets to go. Of course, everyone that wins, the supervillains, when they win, they get reward prizes or whatever. So he chose Mr. Spectacular and he chose West to go with him. I don't necessarily know, was he thinking strategy or was he just, these are just bros and we're just gonna go hang out? I don't personally particularly know. But they go to Jax's. How fitting. What do
Hmm.
you think about them going to Jax and Jax giving them advice, considering he only made it to the first night?
Well, yeah, I didn't even remember who that was until they're like, "Here's him on season one." I said, "Oh, that's crazy." I did not know who that man was. What Kiki Plummer said. Sorry to this man. I do not know this
So
man. If I
stupid.
saw him on the street, yeah, I didn't know him.
Wow.
But I
That's
mean, uh, I guess I was just like, it's great that he has a restaurant. Like you said, I don't know what advice he's giving. Everything not to do. But I mean, it's not even like he gave much of that. It was really just, hey, New York's back. What? Get her out of that house.
it was to tell her she's the
Tell
devil
her
for
she's
me.
the devil.
That was it for me. I
Tell
was
her
like,
she is the
yep,
devil.
Jackson, New York,
So
don't
yeah,
like
I
each
didn't remember anything about that man, but yeah.
other. All right, so Cool. They come up with the strategy. Well, West comes with the strategy of let's do two pawns, one target. We have an opportunity to save somebody. Both we have an opportunity to save both pawns. Granted, our target doesn't win the redemption challenge or whatever it's called. Um, so the nominees, they go down to the little thing, and Safari nominates Candy. We're gonna talk. Larissa and Victoria, with originally Victoria being the target. Baby, would you like to give us Candy Muse's reaction to being picked as a target?
This is a exaggeration. I was trying to find a different word. Adaptation. Hold on. Because why would you turn back on the team when we already said you wasn't finna turn back on the team? We said we wasn't gonna do that. So why would you do that? And now this is why Nicki Minaj left you. Okay, you're a stink, you're dirty, and I don't like you. And we're gonna get you out. You better hope I get out of here because if I'm not, your head is next.
Did she tell me look like some Pepto Bismol sitting up there with that
So
pink
yeah. That, you and your Pepto Bismol coat.
Listen, when I finally did watch that, I was so glad that I was in my car just watching TV because I hollered. I was like, this is who I know. This is why you're here. You are a villain, and Lord, please keep Candy Muse safe. Like, let us keep Candy Muse
Heavy on keep Candy
safe.
safe.
I need
Oh my
this
god.
type of drama. It was so good.
I didn't know what kind of candy we were getting
Mm-hmm.
because like yes, this is House of Villains, but people, even villains these days, they have to tone themselves back and dial it down so that they don't get hate from the fans.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess on a show like this where everybody is villainous and has that title, you don't really have to, censor yourself or hold yourself back.
Right.
You can say what's in your mind.
Because the show, much like the GOAT, is a parody of your character and stuff. So you're supposed to go all out and stuff, and just hopes that the viewing audience understands that too. Like, that's the job. That's what they were hired to do. So
This
like,
is a TV show. I'm an
yeah, it's a
actor.
TV show. Like, don't,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Unless they just completely go overboard, um, you shouldn't hold anything against any of the people that's in the villain's house. Like, I don't think. But who am I to Shay? Just over here in Shay's world. Hopefully everybody that's listening, kind of like minds feel like us. So yeah, we are here for the drama, the theatrics, the arguments,
the drama.
the shade. I want it all. Live up to your name. It's $200,000. Like,
be a villain, be
get it on no
nasty.
money.
Be nasty.
So that was episode 1. Episode 2, of course, they're coming back in the house. Candy is, of course, offended, very offended, and go straight to Safari. Like, why did you do that? You said we wouldn't pick anybody of our team, and he's just like, talk to Wes. Now, this is where things can get a little tricky for Wes. Because yes, Safari is the house of villain, but he doesn't even take the time to defend his move. He's just like, talk to Wes. So, and it's other people around, and they're like,
if I was Candy, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I was Candy, I would have put Safari on the spot. Like, no, this is your supervillain. You are the supervillain. If you're telling me to go talk to Wes, then that means you're not playing your game, and that's weak. And you're weak. You're playing another game. You're not playing your game.
However, Safari feels like if he could throw the heat on Wes, he can slide by. Nope. I'm just waiting on somebody to pick it up, like you just said. Like,
which is interesting. His goal was to coast and everything, but he was okay with taking the first supervillain. I'm just like, okay, like, I hope you realize you're not coasting anymore, right? Like, you're not coasting. You're getting blood in your hands now. This is not what coasting means. This is not laying low.
Let's see. What is to note about the second episode? Let's see. This second episode, what I can take away is going forward. I think we're about to see Richard Hatch versus West, and if that is what we're about to see,
Really?
yes, because now keep in mind Victoria was the original target. That night when Victoria comes in the room and she's flirting with Safari and Hatch is trying to sleep, he's like, "Oh no, she's got to go."
Sorry, Victoria just irritates me so much.
She pissed me off. I was just like,
She just
"Oh
irritates me
my
so
god."
much. But she was irritating me before that. When she gave the rose to Safari, I was like, "This is what Richard said. Wrong
Oh
show,
yeah,
honey.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You're
She's like, "You guys
wrong
are going to
show."
go on your romance date, but we're gonna have a solo date later," and gave him a rose. Like,
No,
yeah,
we're not.
that
No,
rose
we're
still,
not.
like you said, that rose got you right up
In
there.
that spot, you know what I'm saying? And Safari gave it right back to her.
And
No, we're not. This is our 101.
desperately, she still went back, trying to be all up in his face. I don't know. I didn't like it. Um, so Hatch is out for her.
Well, that's the only way she knows how to play. Which I
Yeah.
mean, I get that, but I don't know. It's it's the only way she knows how to play. I guess I can't knock her for that, but it comes off as distasteful when you put it next to a bunch of other
And a little
shows.
inconsiderate
We're very
because,
much.
you know, the man
Rich is
was
over
over
here
there
trying to
trying to
sleep.
sleep. Like by the second time
2
out,
hours.
at the
Two
second
two and a half
time
hours. Like we're on
you've
her
seen
Instagram.
him like roll over and readjust, it should have
Put
clicked
up
to you, "Oh wow, we're being too loud. Hey, let's go in the other room and talk, or I'll talk to you in the morning."
I'm
Not,
surprised Richard. I'm actually surprised
friend.
Richard didn't say anything because I would have been like, "You can't stop talking. You can't go to sleep. You got a
Some,
motor mouth. Your ass must be on full or something. Cause what?
yeah,
Get out my house. Get out my room. Get out. Get out my room."
that's what I'd have been. I'd have took one of them pillows and threw it at her.
Man, what? If
It's so
Safari get hit,
ridiculous.
I'm sorry, but good.
You
Cause you
letting her
entertaining
can
that
go to
mess.
bed.
You know what I'm saying?
You and your yeah, because that's all he was given, and I don't understand why she didn't like pick up on it. Just go.
Oh, on his little one
Mhm.
word responses. Cause like she
Yeah.
said, she like talking about herself. He said, "What's your Instagram?" That's all she needed. So this was my friends in Bora Bora. This was us after we got arrested in Bora Bora. And then this was us right before we came back to the States. And this was us getting arrested after we got back in the States.
It's like, girl, I did not need to know all these things about you.
Like, please shut up. Yeah, I hate to say that Victoria is not making me, not
Like her.
entertaining me in the best way. Yeah, I don't like her. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Or I don't like her character. Let's
Yeah.
say that.
I'm not a fan. Let's see. So they have their little challenge.
Which I loved.
They
I
had to
loved
walk
this
Hollywood
challenge.
Boulevard and collect the most signatures. Now, of course, Candy, if
Oh,
anybody
wait a
thought
minute.
it wasn't, hmm?
I'm sorry. I just realized we missed the part where that lady came in the house. Do you know who that lady is?
Janice Dickinson. Was
Yeah.
it not Janice Dickinson? Yeah,
Yeah.
she's from Top Model.
Oh, I don't know
Mhm.
her.
Yeah, she's from America's Next Top Model. She was one of the main judges for a long time. Long
Oh,
time.
I thought she was a contestant.
No,
I need to
no.
watch that show. I need to
Baby,
watch that show
Janice
because
Dickinson is that girl.
those judges were nasty, and I really
And
gotta watch that show.
yes, like,
I really gotta see that.
ooh, she is who Michelle Visage
It's
once
supposed to be
tries to be on Drag
or Drag
Race.
Race. So Rue is
100%.
Tyra and Michelle
Yes.
is Janice.
And the what's this? What is what's the guy that's normally there? That's I always get the good picture of him. What is his name?
Oh, Sean or not Sean? I
Mhm.
always want to call him Sean Ross.
Ross.
Ross Matthews.
He is Noel, the photographer guy that it's usually the judge on. Yes, yes. Just to make those inferences. Anywho, yes,
Noel,
the
please, please,
legislator, Kevin
Noel.
Dickinson, comes into the house. She gives them their challenge. And like I said, they're going out on Hollywood Boulevard. They have to get signatures. Now, I was definitely looking at Larissa sideways when she was telling people to sign for breast cancer when you have two big plastic surgery boobs out on display. I'm like, ma'am, ma'am,
She
are
had
you
to have been
mocking
joking.
people with breast cancer? Do you not know that these people have to go get double mastectomies and they don't have the money to go and get implants?
She
What are
had
you
to have been
doing?
joking. That was so funny because at first she wrote down homeless. Or when she was in the house, she wrote down help free the homeless or save the homeless or something like that. And so I was like, okay, that's cool. And she was like, I'm just gonna lie to everybody. And I said, I don't think that's how you're supposed to. Well, okay, I guess.
I
But
would make a
then
sign that says, take a picture with Larissa for 90 Day Fiance. Give me a signature, something. Like, I wouldn't have been out there lying about this.
yeah, doing the whole veteran because she told some guy that it was for veterans. She told a man it was for veterans, and then she said, "Well,
You
it's
said
for a
you
TV
wouldn't
show."
believe
And he
me. You
said,
could have just been straight up and walked the hell on out. I was like,
she said, "Oh, I'm so sorry." He was like, "No, you're not," but I already got the signature. So, but there you go. Yeah, Larissa, she you didn't have to lie, sister. You didn't have to
she lost me
lie.
with that one. But here's what she also lost me. So Candy won. I don't really think it would be a question of who would have won this challenge. Um,
And as soon as she got in a quick drag, I said,
Hollywood
"Oh, okay."
Boulevard, Candy
Quick
Muse.
drag, mind
She's
you.
in
That face
quick
was not
drag.
quick.
They're gonna know who
The
she
girls
is.
know her.
They
Everybody
know
knows her.
her. Even the
I just
kids.
watched your show last week. Like,
Even the
girl.
kids know her. The old people knew her. So I didn't, I kind of tuned in and out because I
But
was just like,
Victoria
she
was
did
keeping
good.
up. Victoria was
She
doing
did
good.
good. She did good. But
She didn't lie.
what helped her and what slowed Candy down was the fact that Candy's fans wanted a picture. So it kind of like cut her time in half a little bit, if you would, because she had to do the pictures. I mean, I know you're on this show, but if you
They
want
wanted
to keep being
pictures.
on
Right.
shows, you got to keep these fans happy. So
Right.
you got to keep
She's
fans
like,
happy.
oh, this backfired.
It kind of did,
Mm,
but she still won. I think she won with about like two or three signatures. It was really close,
something like
pretty
that.
close.
Just barely.
Hmm. So,
I was surprised Victoria was keeping up as much as she was, but boy was she getting mad when them people was not signing her paper.
hmm
She was like, "Well, why?"
she's a character, man.
Oh my god.
She's like one scene, I'll
I
be
can't
like,
stand her,
get
but
her
she's
off
so
my
funny.
street, and then yes, like another scene, I'm like, okay, okay, okay,
She is
okay, no
hilarious. It's like the
y'all
airhead
know.
that I live for. It's like
It's just so with her, I'm gonna just go ahead and put this disclaimer out there. I am very double-minded on this Victoria character because, as we just explained, 1 minute I'm annoyed as by her, and in 1 minute I'm like, okay, I can get it. She's a little funny. I kind of see why she's a little needed. So I'm very double-minded with her. Okay, I could take
yeah,
her or leave her. Let me say that I'm
yeah.
not gonna be pissed either way. Um, I'll just enjoy her while she's
That's
here.
how I feel with Safari too. Safari's the exact same way for me. He
Mhm.
pisses me off because he said a lot. You remember when I told you I feel like Safari's going to be that one person who just pisses me off because he says his dumbest things ever. He has
When he
proven
said
me
he
right
he
so
he
many
he,
times.
he swallowed down the wrong throat. I said the wrong pipe. That's the wrong throat. The wrong throat.
Swallowed down the wrong throat. Whoa, you did what? He got two throats? I'm confused.
I
What's
knew he
going
was
on?
angry.
And nobody corrected him. Nobody said
Nobody.
Joel didn't say anything. If anybody was gonna say anything, Joel should have said something. That would have been hilarious. Oh my god! And
I said
he said
Safari was
something.
so
He's
Safari. Man,
Safari is going Safari. I forgot what else he said, but he
it was
just
him
he
trying
is
to kiss on New York for
hilarious.
me. That was a new. It was like kind of like Gag City for me. Shade,
Gag
but
City.
dude, she's engaged to a whole Caucasian. Get out her face. She ain't been
Oh, she's
around.
engaged.
Yes, she told him that. She told him she's engaged. She's been with him for 6. They've
And
been
what he
together for
say?
6 years. They've been engaged for 3. She says she's giving him a year to get it together and actually go ahead and make her a wife. They had this conversation
Why
in
he
the
ain't made
kiss.
her a wife yet? This is
I don't
New
know.
York. If you don't wife her up, are you kidding
I
me?
know, right?
It's New York. Look, New York, if you're not married next year, come to me. I got you. All right. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. I know you was into older women, much older. Okay.
Oh, yo, she's not older. That's crazy. New York, she just called you old.
She's older than
She
me.
called you old, crusty, and wrinkly.
I
I
did
heard
not.
you heard
I
all of
see.
that.
That's
I
how.
heard you
That's how
heard
she
all
gets
of that.
started right there. I didn't say any of those words. All I said was I didn't know you were into older women.
She
Much.
said you are batty, leathery. You
You gonna really lie on me like that on this camera?
Larissa, Larissa did it. I thought I would give him my hand. That's all.
So, anywho, really, after the challenge, actually, before all of this, before they even start on their redemption challenge, West had a change of heart after he talked to Candy, and Victoria comes in there all, whiny and crying and why me and woe is me and all of this. He starts to his challenge days come back to him, and it's like, oh,
Okay.
this is somebody that is desperate. We can save her and should be loyal to us. And ultimately, I can't say if it worked, because here's the thing. While Wes does go have a conversation with Camilla, she agrees to work with him. In her confessional, she's like, it's fucking Wes. Same as with Richard. Richard pulls Camilla to the side and she kind of like agrees. But in the confessional, it's like, it's Richard Hatch. Like, it's wild that Richard Hatch is going Hatch on me, but like, I see you in your game for what it is. Um, I think Camilla is the swing vote, could be the swing vote going further, because you
For
got
this week or further weeks?
further further down. If the whole Richard versus West
Um.
thing does take off, Camilla's kind of like in the middle, because they both think they have Camilla, so they're both
Oh,
gonna.
because Wes was trying to save Victoria, but
West
Richard wants
ended up trying to
Victoria
save
gone.
Victoria, whereas Richard is trying to get rid of Victoria. Camilla, they both go to Camilla, and in her confessional, she's like, I don't know which way to go because I'm secretly, silently working with Wes. You see what I'm saying? So I think she could be the swing vote, which could kind of keep Camilla in a good position. Um, I hope we don't have a Richard. Yes, I do. I'm lying. I'm here for all this shit and the shit. If we get
You know what
Richard
I'm saying?
versus West in this house, that's gonna be some good TV. We're gonna actually get
It's
some
giving Wendell versus
strategizing.
Devon.
Yes, it will get some
Right.
actual strategizing in this game, because they're going to be, going back and forth, and it's going to be very funny to watch, or good to watch the people who aren't usually in competition shows like start to pick up and which way they're going to swing. Kind of how the GOAT ended up, how Paula and which, just to see them have their Paula and what was
Power!
Jill. Yeah, like how they ended up, they started out not knowing anything, but they were listening to
They locked
Wendell and some
in.
other
Yeah,
people. So,
they locked in.
um, the race is on. Because of course Candy has taken herself off, so now the only two nominees are Larissa and Victoria. And right before we go into the banishment ceremony, Larissa and Victoria get into it. And this shit was so out of left field.
Oh, I missed this.
Really? You need
I
to
missed
pull it
it.
up. Pull it up. You need to see it because we got to talk about this. All right. So, boom. Before we go to the banishment ceremony and the things that happened before, let's talk about this dinner that Teresa prepared for them from her one of three cookbooks that she out here
One of
selling the world.
three.
Just three cookbooks. Three.
Oh no, and she's making salty food.
Baby. Everybody clocked that Mr. Spectacular did not eat his food, that he just swished it around. So when she opened up the door to say, "Tell me how it is," he was like, "Oh, well, it was too salty for me." I hollered. He said that at the table. It was, I mean, of course they said it in their confessionals, but
Right.
he said
He
it at
was
the
the
table
one.
to her that it was
Yeah.
salty. And that shit was hilarious. Like, I'm glad
That
he
is.
told it to her face. You know
I
who
wait a minute, because she was
nobody
out
ever
here cooking
complained
food for
about? Chef
yours,
Jason. Nobody ever complained about his food. They complained when Jill made those half
or
done food though.
they didn't complain with who was that chef? Was it
Jason on the go.
no on Big Brother? It
Uh,
was Tucker.
no,
Tucker.
they didn't complain about Tucker, but they did
They
complain
didn't
about
complain.
Lisa.
They did complain
Lisa
about
and her
Lisa.
glitter, her glitter, her edible glitter. She was just at a Survivor watch party that Wendell and Bryce host with her
Oh
glitter, putting
really?
glitter on people, literally. Glitter.
Lisa,
I'm
look at me,
sure they
girl. Look
asked
at me,
for
baby.
yeah, I guess it's gonna be her thing or whatever. But yeah, she was at one
When
of
we
their
get in the
watch
same
parties.
space, Lisa, I wanna get to know you, and I wanna talk to you. Do not put no glitter on me, okay?
That part.
Do not put no glitter on me. That is hilarious.
Anywho, so now everybody is getting dressed and ready for the banishment ceremony, and Richard Hatch and Larissa are having a conversation. He's saying he's never been to a sports event. She is obviously a diehard Raiders fan. And just out of the blue,
Obviously.
here comes Victoria in Las Vegas. I didn't know there was any family oriented things in Las Vegas. And it
I'm
starts
trying
an
to. Well, I guess
argument
because the Raiders
between
play
the
in Vegas or something.
two.
I don't
Yes,
know.
yes, yes. However, the argument for me was one that was very stupid. Larissa telling her to grow up and all of these things. Victoria's like, I don't want to grow up. I was just sitting there very like, what is this argument about?
What are we talking about again?
You see what I'm
What
saying?
happened?
That's what that moment was for us, y'all.
Yeah, very
Let
much
us know
so.
down in the comments how you felt about this argument. If you feel like Larissa was right, or if Victoria was, right. I personally think they
Now wait a
both
minute.
should just shut the hell up.
I do think points were made, but
Okay,
I do
what
think it
were
was
those?
stupid. I'm just being me. I'm being facetious. But I
Okay,
will say I do think I understand Larissa's argument when she says that maybe not the slow part, the two brain cells bit, but the whole childish thing. Victoria does seem to be acting rather young for somebody of her mature age, and not old. I didn't say old. I said mature age. And I only say that because she's going to Safari in Rich's room and talking to Safari for a whole 2 hours. It's midnight. Rich is clearly trying to sleep, and you're on Safari's phone on your Instagram talking about every picture you took. And when you leave, you say good night, Safari. You know good and well Rich is awake. or when you come into the room and you start asking questions with Larissa, who you're on the block with, and it's a bit obvious that what she's talking about is very sensitive to her. It's obvious that you're picking, fights with these people. It's like I can see why Larissa would be upset because she was minding her business and then Victoria came and poked the bear, and now the bear is awake. But no, I'm sorry. I fully am on Larissa's side with this. I'm sorry. Victoria shouldn't have came in there. She shouldn't have opened her mouth and she should have minded her business to the banishment. Okay,
All
Victoria,
right.
get out of here. Get out of
So
here.
we got one on Larissa's side. Like I said, y'all drop down in the comments and let us know what you feel. Whose side you're on. Larissa, are you team Larissa or are you team Victoria? And so now it's time for the banishment ceremony. And of course they each get to give a speech.
Ooh,
Victoria, what? Jump in.
because you forgot about Wes versus Richard. I missed this part
Oh
too
yeah, they
until I
were in the
rewatched it.
kitchen. Wes was trying to get Richard to understand like you're safer with Victoria here than you are with Larissa. And Rich is like, I know what you're doing. Like I can see right, like Richard basically just calls him out in so many words. So that's where
Hmm.
I am getting the whole it's possibly going to be a Richard versus West going forward. They're gonna be gunning for each other. It's on some I see you,
Hmm.
you see me, so I gotta get you before you can get me type of thing. And I'm ready for it. I'm so ready for it.
And Rich is
Um,
like that mentality that he had on Survivor, where he's like, "Baby, I'm already the winner. What are you talking about?" That's the same thing that he's doing here. He's already like, "I'm the best. Nobody's better than me. I'm the best feeling out here. Yeah, y'all know y'all are in my house, and I'm here for it. I love it. I can't wait for him to win."
you can wait for him to win.
He's not even my. I don't even know if he's in. I think he's in my top three. I'm pretty sure I
He
put
is
him in
in
my
the top
top three.
three.
So
Mhm. He is.
okay, great.
Okay, so we go to vote, and the vote was 5-2, with Larissa being voted out. I'm no mathematician, but it's 10 people there. One person shouldn't have voted, should have been 9 votes. Where are the other 2 votes? Maybe we'll see them on the next
On the
episode.
block,
Okay, 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 okay,
they're
okay,
on the
okay.
chopping block.
Okay, 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 okay. They don't vote. Because I was like, wait, how is it? It should be 9 votes.
But
Like,
what was getting me
Safari should
together
be
with the
voted,
five
but
to
no,
two?
it's
The
3.
reason,
I would. Who is the second
the
person
reason
that
I was
voted
so
for finish? No,
for Victoria,
yeah, that's what you
who
were
was the
trying to
second
figure
person
out.
that voted for Victoria?
Yeah,
Yeah, because let's think about the people who voted Larissa out of the house. It
was it
was
Candy?
Wes
Was it Candy?
to vote Victoria to
Because
stay,
there was a scene where
where
no, that
to
voted
get her
for
out.
Victoria to go, because there was a scene where Candy was like, "I need to go talk to Wes about
I
keeping
want her
Larissa."
gone. Oh,
hmm about
oh,
keeping Larissa. I
really?
want Victoria gone. I feel like Candy jumped on the train. I feel like
Oh my
Candy
god,
jumped
I
on
hate that she said I need to go talk to Wes. To I hope that I hope that Wes doesn't become like the head of the house even without the power. You know what I'm saying? Like how
the
people are always running the game even when they're not in the game in the position of
He
power.
has the ability to. He
He
has that
obviously
ability.
he just did it on week one with Safari's game. Like everyone is getting real quick to realize that Wes is somebody of high power here.
hmm
So I also wonder if there are going to be any big moves made where somebody's like, we need to get that man out. Oops, sorry.
I think Richard Hatch would be the only person that is bold enough to do it. That he's the only one that's not
Boo.
smelling the coffee. Camilla could be a silent one that'll come in and pull the trigger with somebody
I
else
think New
starting
York.
it. I think
I
New
feel
York.
like New York would. I don't think so. I think her and Wes are
I don't.
cool.
I
I
think
think
she'll
she's too
be.
cool with
I think
him.
she'll be. Yeah, I think she'll be loyal to West because she knows West will keep her. I think she would. I don't know. I will see. We'll see how it pans out. Next week's episode doesn't come out until Thursday. It would be great if we could do this again, same time, same place, depending on your work schedule.
Ah,
Um,
child, because they love put me through the ringer. It's okay.
well, yeah, guys, that was House of Villains season 2, double premiere episodes 1 and 2. It was really good. Tuned in. Cannot wait for next Thursday. Glad
Wait, we
all of
haven't been
my
giving grades to the shows.
no, we're gonna give a break. I was getting there.
Oh, okay. Because we didn't do. I don't even think we did it for Traders or Big
We did
Brother.
not do it for traders in the last show. But I'm tuned in. I'm excited. I am committed to doing this one. I'm glad all of my top 3 made it through the first 2 episodes. Let's keep going.
Absolutely.
I hate that 2 of my people possibly are going to be going at each other, but it's going to make for great TV. So I'm here for
It's
all
gonna be
of it,
great.
all of it, all of it, all of it. Now,
They look
before
like
we
they trying to bring somebody back.
yes,
When they got rid of
it
Larissa, they
left
trying to bring
off
somebody
with
back.
somebody coming back. I don't know who that is. I would just absolutely freaking love it if it was Bobby Lights in that chair.
I think it's Bobby Lights. I think it's Bobby Lights.
I feel like he needs to come back. I think it's
Absolutely.
Bobby Lights. I do not think it was Larissa in that chair. I do not
It
think it.
better not be. I'm so sorry. It would be great for drama, but it better not be. I
Yeah,
think it's Bobby Lights, and I need it to be Bobby.
I think it's
So I'm
Bobby.
glad we both think that. Put that in
So,
the jar.
what grade are you giving the premiere 2-part premiere? What are you giving it?
This gets an A from me.
Mhm.
I was entertained. I was enjoying every second. And have I remember every single person in this cast, and everybody has a distinct personality.
Facts.
I like it. They're doing really great.
Facts. I'm so here for it. Yeah, it gets an A for me as well. Very glad that they did a 2-part premiere back to back because I would have been so pissed after Candy went off at the end of episode 1 if I had to wait an entire week to see who actually went home. I'd have been very
Mm,
pissed. Very, very pissed. So yeah, it gets an A, hands down. Every single person had like their own time or moment. Every single cast member had something that you
some
remember
kind of storyline. Yeah.
from just those 2. So that kind of gives me hope that we're in for a really really good season. They picked a really really good cast, and we in it. We here. Let's do it. I'm ready.
We are. We are.
We in here. So before you guys get out of here, make sure you like this video on your way out. Don't stalk us. Subscribe if you have not already
Don't
to the
stalk us,
channel.
girl.
Don't stalk
I
us.
say, shoot, co-stalk me, girls. You stalk me. That mean you a fan. Shit.
I mean, you can stalk us, but every now and then let us know you enjoy us while you're stalking by hitting that like
Okay. Okay.
button
Yeah.
and the subscribe
Right.
button as well. Hit that notification bell button too, so when the new videos drop, you'll be one of the first to know. As always, I am your girl Shay.
I am your boy Malik.
This has been your House of Villains season 2 recap review, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.
Peace.